Hello and good afternoon, I'm Neil Pinkett, the proprietor of Bathcars, and today's car is the Skoda Octavia 1.8 Turbo 4x4, this one. And it's been busy, it's done 197,000 miles, nearly 198. And don't be put off by the helicopter just going over. We'll just work through it. So, two-owner car from new, load of tax on the screen until the end of the 12th month of 2013, so it's worth about £160. It's got the sunroof, it's got working climate air conditioning, power steering, airbags, all the lights go off as they should, and I've done about 12 miles in the car and it drives as you'd expect really. It's not too bad, it's not showing that much wear about the suspension and the transmission. It's all pretty good. It's not had a tow bar, so it's never been towed or towing, so that's probably got to be one good positive point for it. And it's not too bad about the body, with just a couple of minor things. One is a little altercation, probably with a curb down there where it scraped the bumper, the bottom part of the bumper, and a tiny ding just in the wing there, and there are a few little small pin dents around the car. But in terms of general overall driving and as a useful tool, it's surely got to be doing another turn for a couple of years yet, I'd imagine. I don't think just under 198 is the death of it yet, so it's probably got some life left in her yet. When she starts, she is a little bit erratic on idle, so it does take a few moments for it to calm down. It just basically just isn't happy in some respect. It just needs a few moments just to get going. So it's not the sort of car you could probably jump in and absolutely fire off on the moment. But if you leave it running for about 30 seconds, it settles down quite happily. But that's about the only negative point. It's not going to be dear though, so don't panic and think, God alive, he's trying to sell a car here, which is a lot of money. It's going to be cheap. So someone's going to pick up a bargain. It's on the 51 plate, it's a 2001 car, and there is loads of history and documentation to go with it as well, which you'll see a bit later on in the video. So as you can see, this side's pretty straight and tidy as well. The front discs and pads are all relatively new, and the rear discs are okay, and the pads are got plenty of meat to go on them again as well. So as you can see, 4x4 turbo, 150 brake horsepower, rear wiper, high level brake light, body colour bumpers, mirrors, etc. Right, let's run around the wheels and tyres. So we're on 16-inch alloy wheels here, with tyres on the back here about, I'd say about 2/3 worn, so they'll probably last up to the MOT. I think this one on the front, plenty of meat to go on there. You can see the pads and the discs in good order. It's missing its centre cap actually, it's a shame, but they're on eBay for a couple of quid if I'm not mistaken. We've got a headlight wash on here, and these plastic lenses are in very good order actually. At 51, well, that sort of time, they're normally discoloured, so they could well have been replaced for an MOT at some point. That tyre there, really good order, plenty of meat to go on that one. And I think the same with the rear as on this side. Yeah, you've got you're about 2 mils off the wear bar. Now there is a good spare in the boot. If I just pop the boot for you, you'll see that in the back here is a Pirelli, and it's got some meat to go on that one, so you could rotate that around and get the best out of that tyre. There is a CD player which is there, 6-disc multi-change CD. The luggage cover, elasticated or retractable, is there as well. Okay, so boot space is a little bit soiled, but not that bad. This side's pretty good, a little dimple dent there, but it's not too bad. A little bit of corrosion, just a clearing in the front of the sill just down there, okay? Right, let's go and have a look at the history. Okay, welcome to the history and documents then for this Skoda Octavia. I mean, we've got a lot of documents here. As you'll see, there's going to be a 5-minute doc section. So we'll start with the V5. Just shows 2 keepers in total. There was a doctor before the keeper that I took it back in part exchange off. So it was registered in 2001 November. It's an Octavia Elegance T, so it's the turbo, 4x4 estate car, 214 grams per kilometre, and is coloured green. So just 2 keepers, and a lot of the history is up to date until 2007, when this Mr. Webb took the car on, and it's had it serviced by a sort of a friend associate who hasn't supplied him with any history, but it has been looked after in his ownership. It's just that all this is just up to the 2007 mark. So what have we got? Well, we've got a lot of old MOTs here, virtually all the old MOTs to show that the mileage is warranted. Okay, it is 197,900 miles, but it's nice to see it. And the previous MOT had no advisories on, and that was done at 169,000 miles. There was the original purchase advert, Auto Trader advert, in 2007 when Mr. Webb bought the car. It looks like there were some roof bars on it at some point, but they're not with it now. Well, he bought another Skoda Octavia off of me, so he probably kept them. What have we got? We've got Auto Express road test on the Octavia. Might be able to get a couple of quid off of eBay for that. And the original Octavia sales brochure from Skoda themselves, and a few other bits of trim and things. So that's probably when all the car was bought new. Owner's manuals, all supplied there with the service history book, which you'll see, as well as the CD multi-changer instructions and the audio controls and all the rest of it. So a proper load of books and things there, which is always nice to have. A bit of bedtime reading, as they say. The MOT is valid until November the 7th, 2013, and 2 tyres were advised on, so 2 near side tyres, front and rear, were advisories. We'll keep that with the V5. The service book is stamped up, load of lovely stamps actually, so the first owner really did keep the car in perfect condition. So main dealer stamps ×2 there, 18, 29, 40, 45, 54, 66, 71, 76, 89, 94, and then 104. Tooth belt was replaced at 104k on there. Don't think it was done before that. Just run back through these ticked boxes. No. So 104k was the last cam belt change in the book there. There are owners, more instruction manuals. There are previous bills and receipts then for all those stamps, or pretty much all of them. This looks like a biggish bill here in 2007. £605 included cam belt service. That was the cam belt kit. So that must have been that mileage of 104k. Yes, it was. So £605 spent then. Nice to see all this. Alas, none of it really is much to do with the second keeper, but anyway, it's all there. So a nice bit of service history, and there are 2 keys with the car to go. Okay then. So I hope that's answered pretty much all your questions there. I know it's also had a rear stainless steel exhaust box fitted, and I think some springs have been replaced as well. Okay, back to the car. Okay then, in the back of the car we'll notice that the car has been used as a bit of a tool really to transport some items that are a bit mucky, but that's generally the case with most estate cars at this sort of age. They are used for carrying kids around and trips to the tip, etc. But the seats aren't marked in terms of anything more than just a good clean, and there are 3 belts in the back here which are all inertia reel and 3 headrests and a tidy roof lining as well, and the rubber overmats are there also. Electric windows all round, all working as they should. Electric sunroof as well on this one, so you've got working aircon and electric sunroof. Electric mirrors which are heated, height adjustable driver seat, lumbar support, and a pretty good driver seat actually. I mean, that isn't bad for a 197. Pedal rubbers, they're in pretty good order, and again just a wet clean all around the seats, and the floor mats and things would go down a treat and improve it if you wanted something a little bit more respectable. If you're just going to jump in it with your dogs and things, then it's not really going to matter too much. Okay, so all the airbag lights and ABS and everything go out as they should, and the radio CD player works. In fact, I've not tried the CD, I think it does. The chap actually removed some CDs when we were here, so I can't imagine it wouldn't. The locking wheel nuts in the centre console. We've got the 4x4 monogram there. We've got air conditioning. I'm just going to press the display, but it's coming back as it should, so that's all alright. Yeah, 197914. Now the clutch is actually pretty okay. The clutch is fine. It's got plenty of meat to go on the clutch. The gear change is good. Brake's good. Handbrake is perfect. Actually, he holds beautifully. And the sunroof, that works. It's a pre-select electric sunroof. Okay. Back again. Washers, wipers. There we go. Yeah, they're all working well. And the rear wiper as well. Is the washer working on it? I think it is, it looks like it. Yeah. Yeah, all okay. Just bar for a little bit of an erratic idle now and again. It's actually fine now, it's settled down quite happily. But yeah, alright. So, just basically could do with a bit more of a clean with a damp hot sponge and a vacuum cleaner probably would help out, but the steering wheel is showing some wear and tear. But as I say, on a 12-mile test drive, and it did drive about, blimey, it's quite a distance down here, Sutton Coalfield, so it came down the 80-90 miles to get here, so I would think it's all okay in that respect. So that needs colour coding. It's just in grey at the moment, but I just only noticed that, so you could do with some spray paint on it. And also there's roof bars as well. Okay, so you've got a usable tool. Put a bike rack on the back and you've got yourself a nice thing for mountain biking, or a tow bar for your caravan holidays. Okay, we'll leave you with that shot. Thanks very much for watching, and we'll speak to you soon. Bye bye.